Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, honored guests, proud family members, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class, the second cohort of Ohio Dominican University's Anesthesiologist Assistant Program. Today, we gather not only to celebrate the achievements of Cohort 2, but to honor the resilience, the dedication, and the compassion that brought you here. For those that I have not met yet, my name is Aaron Grabovich, and I humbly serve as the Anesthesiologist Assistant Program Director. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome you today to Ohio Dominican University on behalf of the Board of Trustees, our outstanding president, Dr. Shauna Ridlinger, and her entire leadership team, the Dominican Sisters of the Peace, and the entire team here at Ohio Dominican University. Thank you for coming today. At this time, we would like to welcome Father Dan Melizer to open us up in prayer.
Let us pray. Lord Jesus, our divine physician, in your earthly life you showed special concern for those who suffer and entrusted to your disciples the ministry of healing. Make those gathered before you today ready for this same healing work. Make each of them aware of the great mission entrusted to them and strive always to be an instrument of your merciful love. Enlighten their minds, guide their hands, make their hearts diligent and compassionate. Open their eyes so that in every patient they recognize the features of your divine face. You who are the way, provide them with the gift of knowing how to imitate you every day, helping to heal not only the body, but the whole person. You who are truth, provide them with the gifts of wisdom and science to penetrate the mystery of human suffering, to discover the cause of every malady and find for them suitable remedies. You who are the life, help them bear witness to the gospel of life in their profession, respecting the dignity of every human being, especially those most in need. Inspire them to contribute also to the healing and renewal of healthcare structures so that they may reflect your justice. Make them, O Lord, good Samaritans, ready to welcome, treat, and console those they encounter, always acting with more kindness than may appear necessary. We ask all this in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Father Dan, for those wonderful and beautiful words. Thank you all again for being here, and we'll continue forward. Thank you to our professors, the mentors, our clinical instructors. Thank you for your role in shaping these students into the professionals they are today. Each of you have played a part in the next generation to continue high quality, compassionate, and ethical patient care as they serve in the anesthesia care team. To the families and the loved ones, for all of the encouragement, the patience, the sacrifices that you've been through, and the quiet strength that you've been behind every success that we celebrate here today. Cohort 2, to think back on that first day you walked into Peace Hall, January 2024. You were filled with excitement, curiosity, and undoubtedly lots of nervous energy. But by the grace of God and the love and support from your family, your friends, all of our team here, think of how far you have come and the challenges you have mastered in these short but what felt like at times long 2 years that you've endured. Over the past 2 years, you've conquered complex pharmacology, physiology, amongst many additional topics and skills, like the art of dealing with a variety of personalities in the operating room, in the perioperative setting, but most importantly, mastering the art of anesthesia. Truly, you balance the science of medicine and anesthesia with the art of patient care. And anesthesia is something that you will forever have within your repertoire because of the time that you invested. You are not only competent clinicians, but compassionate professionals. You've learned not only how to manage airways, vital signs, place lines and regional anesthetic techniques, but also how to comfort patients in their most vulnerable moments. This journey was not easy, as we talked about from the beginning of meeting each of you. It demanded long nights of studying, early mornings in the clinical environments, simulation and skills lab times, travel across the country where you felt isolated probably from your friends, from your family, from your comfort, and certainly the countless hours that you put into your clinical environment in the practice of anesthesia. But guess what? You persevered. And in doing so, you've proven that excellence is not just about knowledge. It's about character, compassion, and commitment. As certified anesthesiologist assistants, you are entrusted with one of the most profound responsibilities in medicine, safeguarding the patients during surgery and ensuring their comfort and their safety. Patients' lives are quite literally in your hands throughout the anesthetic and surgical process. Don't ever take this lightly, no matter how many cases you have performed or how mastered you think you've become at the art and skill of anesthesia. You will forever be the unsung, unseen guardians in the operating room. The calm presence when patients place their trust in your hands. Your role is vital. Your impact will have a ripple effect beyond the OR and the perioperative setting. Every patient you care for, every life you touch, will carry a mark of your dedication. This is only the beginning, my friends. You are pioneers, the second cohort of the program, helping to build a legacy at Ohio Dominican University. Your success will inspire future students, and your professionalism will elevate the reputation of this beautiful institution. To that, I want to recognize this cohort and the high bar that they set in October. Cohort 2 worked tirelessly and achieved 100% NCCA board passage rate. Let's give them a big round of applause. I am so very proud of you. Our entire team is so proud of you, and this university is so proud and honored to have had a hand in your education. Great job, guys. As you step into your career, remember that medicine is not static. Continue to learn, educate yourself, grow, and be an innovator. Carry with you the humility to listen, the courage to act, and the compassion to serve. Cohort 2, today, you stand at the threshold of a new chapter. You are ready, you are capable, and you are needed now more than ever. Tomorrow, you don't just graduate, you join a legacy, and a legacy that has begun with you in Cohort 1. So go forward with confidence and pride. Go forward knowing that you are not just certified anesthesiologist assistants graduated from Ohio Dominican University, you are healers, leaders, and the future of anesthesiology. As you step into the world as CAAs, humbly remember who you are, where you came from, and where you are going, knowing that you carry with you the values from your family and Ohio Dominican University, specifically from ODU: excellence, service, commitment to making the world a better place, one patient at a time. Please be sure to stay in touch with us here at the university and your ODU family. Maintain your professional memberships and continue to be an active supporter of not only this wonderful institution here at ODU, but the anesthesia community at large. Congratulations, Ohio Dominican University Anesthesiologist Assistance Program, Cohort 2, the second cohort. I'm so proud of you. The world awaits you. Your brilliance is before us, and we're so excited for you. God bless you, God bless ODU, and God bless America. Next, it's my great honor and privilege to welcome and introduce Tara Goins, our Assistant Program Director.
Hi, guys. I wrote this on my phone, so bear with me. Every cohort leaves its own mark on a program, but this group has been something remarkable in more ways than one. You advanced through challenges that none of us could have predicted. Plans shifted, cases didn't go the way that you hoped, exams tested more than just your knowledge. They tested your resolve. And every time you chose to keep going, you showed up, you persevered. There's something profoundly special about teaching a cohort like yours. Not only have you aged me about 10 years, you reminded me, and all of us, why we do this. You brought curiosity, humility, humor, and a genuine commitment to growth. You supported one another, challenged one another, and carried each other through long nights and tough rotations. You made the classroom a place of energy and possibility. You made the hard days even lighter. And you made the meaningful moments even more meaningful. While I would never single out any one class as my favorite, I will say this. You have left an impression that will stay with me forever. Oof. Thank you guys so much. I'm super proud of all of you. Please stay in touch. Text me, even if it's at 9 p.m. when I'm asleep. I'll miss you guys. I'm so proud of you. And now I would like to welcome our president, Dr. Shauna Riedlinger.
Thank you, Tara. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome all of you to Ohio Dominican University. If you've not been here before, this side of campus, since the AA program is in Peace Hall, welcome. We're so happy to have you here today. We gather to celebrate this monumental milestone, the completion of the second class of our AA program. We are so proud of all of you and so excited that you chose ODU to be here to let us be part of your professional journey. So this makes a personal triumph for all of you and a wonderful accomplishment for our institution and the Central Ohio healthcare community. It's really a great accomplishment. I'd like to also thank the faculty and staff. You've heard from your director and your associate director. They have great love for you. All of these people up here have spent hours getting you here, and we're very grateful for them. The staff and faculty, really put their hearts into a program like this. As you as a cohort move through, they also move with you. So we'd like to thank them as well. And definitely all of those present and those that maybe couldn't be here that supported you along the way, your family, your support people, we also thank them as well. As you know, this is a full-time journey. 2 years seems like 10, and it goes by fast but very slow. So we all know that it takes a big commitment from everyone involved in your life to get you here today, and we're excited to celebrate you. So, graduates, your journey to this day has been one of dedication, perseverance, and purpose. You've heard a few of those words already here today. You've mastered a rigorous curriculum. You could tell us that. You've embraced the challenges of clinical rotations. You've honed your skills under the guidance of exceptional mentors. And we also thank those of you in the audience that have participated in that clinical learning that's so critical to programs like this and for providers such as you. You, along the way, have demonstrated resilience, we've heard that a few times, and determination required to excel in one of the most vital and demanding roles in healthcare. Your success will inspire others to follow in your footsteps. AAs play a crucial role in ensuring patient safety and enhancing the quality of care. Your work demands not only technical precision, but also a deep sense of empathy, collaboration, and critical thinking. As you step into your careers, you will have the privilege and responsibility of supporting patients during some of the most vulnerable moments of their lives. We've heard that already. It's a gift, and definitely a heavy responsibility. Your expertise will bring comfort, reassurance, and hope to countless individuals and their families. I encourage you to remind yourself as you embark on your career, but also to do periodic check-ins on yourselves. How are you doing? How am I doing? It can be very easy, to get caught up in the day-to-day. You just completed a very regimented process, right? That you have to look every day. These are the goals and things you have to get accomplished. So you're that type of person, as many of us are. It's very easy to get caught up into that. But I encourage you to, as you move forward in your professional life, to also enjoy your life. You may find yourself today thinking, what am I supposed to be studying? Where am I supposed to be? You've been in such a quick pace environment, and it's sometimes hard to transition out of that. A new job will give you many opportunities to still keep that pace, but I encourage you to have these thoughts. And you may have read this. This is a quote out there, not really attributed to any one person, but just a thought that I had when I was thinking about speaking to you today. Don't let the pursuit of tomorrow diminish the joy of today. People wait all day for 5 p.m., all week for Friday, all winter for summer, all summer for winter, and all life for happiness. Happiness isn't a future event, but found in daily life and experiences. So what do you do next? What do you do with your time? If I could go back 30 years ago to myself, I would say, spend the time working as hard as you have. Be as committed as you have. But spend also some time looking up and looking around at what's in front of you. So, we are so very proud of you and cannot wait to see all of the wonderful things that you will accomplish. Lean in on each other. Lean in on your faculty. Lean in on your institution. Good luck to all of you, and thank you so much for letting us be part of your journey, and I'm so excited to celebrate you today. Congratulations.
Next, we would like to do the awards presentation. If you're presenting award, if you could come up and kind of stand to the side, and then I'll introduce you as the award you're presenting is coming up. All right. I'm going to go ahead and present the first award. This award is what our program's built on and around. And it was that initial ask and that initial call that allowed us to even have this program that we have here today. In 2015, in 2011, I was the first AA in the Mount Carmel Health System. I was, in 2015, faced with a turnover of anesthesia groups and the uncertainty that sometimes can hold. And as I stand here today, I couldn't be prouder of the opportunities that I've had since that 2015 turnover and that transition because of Consultant Anesthesiologist Incorporated taking over at the facility that we were working at that time. In the process of my AA journey, many of you have probably heard this at this time or by now, but I was sitting as they just transitioned out of their second year. I was sitting there thinking about what to do as a project, and I chose my project in 2008 on how to become an AA program director and how to open an AA program. And it just so happens in 2018 that I had in 19, those conversations with an ODU PA student that happened to be in the operating room working with a very loyal contributor to this institution, Dr. Adolph Lombardi. Dr. Lombardi had conversations. About 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, I got a call from the president at this time of this institution. And in that conversation led to more conversations with Dr. Lombardi, Dr. Calland, and many of the Consultant Anesthesiologists Incorporated partners. And this program could not be where it is today and where it's going in the future if it hadn't been for that conversation in the operating room and that initial answering and call to come forward and be part of our wonderful program and institution. And so to that, Consultant Anesthesiologist Incorporated, we're super grateful for the clinical opportunities that it provides for each and every single one of our students. As we did second year exit surveys and first year exit surveys. But today, we're celebrating Cohort 2. And some of the comments that they had provided about their experiences and the molding of them as providers and people and the opportunity to work hand in hand, one-on-one with our physician anesthesiologists and our certified anesthesiologist assistants and some of our certified registered nurse anesthetists is something that they felt was very impactful in helping their growth. So just know that your role and your work, and sometimes the frustrations for preceptors that may be here or in the audience or listening later, the work that you've done for these students and with these students does not go unnoticed. They appreciate everything that you have done for them and will do for them in the future. And so with that, this year's Program Champion Award, I'd like to present to the CEO of Consultant Anesthesiologist Incorporated, Ms. Brandy Kondracki. If you could come up and receive the award. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Elena Vukovic to present the CAA Preceptor of the Year Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Aaron just said, I'm Elena Vukovic, and today I have the honor of recognizing someone whose impact goes way beyond measure. She is the kind of preceptor that doesn't just teach you anesthesia, she teaches you hard work, precision, and what it truly means to care for your patients. She is, without an exception, one of the hardest preceptors that we have ever had, but she has been one of our favorites. And yes, she always worked the 12-hour shifts, the long ones, the ones full of Dr. Bark and add-ons, the ones that left us wondering how she still had the energy to quiz us on every drug in the Pyxis or what the BIS value was. But here's the truth, we learned the most when we were with her. She pushed us because she believed in us. She expected us to rise to the level of the provider that she knew we could be. And because of that, every student who spent a day with her came back a better future provider for our profession. I thought I'd include a fun story that I haven't told her until now. The first time I was assigned with this preceptor, I was in EP lab, and I was terrified. And the morning went okay, but then minutes in our last case, we had a code. It was chaos, it was fast, and I was just trying to keep up. And in the middle of drawing up meds, I cut myself on one of the glass epinephrine vials. So my adrenaline was pumping now in more ways than one. And I looked at it and I was like, well, I guess I'll just deal with that later. And that's exactly what I did. I waited until she looked at me and said, oh, well, you can take a bathroom break now if you want. And I ran upstairs and I took care of it. But that day shows exactly what it was like to be with her. It was intense, it was high stakes, and it was humbling, but it was always unforgettable in the best way. You shaped us as providers in a way that will stay with us for the rest of our careers. You made us better, you made us stronger, and you made us realize that excellence is something that you show up for every single day. For all the long days, the tough lessons, the high expectations, the quick teaching moments, and the unwavering belief, thank you. On behalf of Cohort 2, it is my honor to present this year's CAA Clinical Preceptor of the Year Award to Inga Davis.
Next, I would like to introduce Cole Gibson to present the Anesthesiologist Preceptor of the Year Award.
Hello, everybody. My name's Cole Gibson. I first wanted to thank everybody for being here to celebrate Cohort 2. Thank you to all the faculty, all the preceptors that guided us through this rigorous process that resulted in our 100% pass rate. I don't know, it's just awesome to think about. Today, I have the privilege of announcing the Anesthesiologist Preceptor of the Year. This award is not just based on technical skill, although, hi, Libby. This award is not just based on technical skill, although our recipient has that in abundance. This award is about the rare ability to teach with patients, especially during our first year, to challenge without discouraging, and make the most demanding days feel like opportunities to learn rather than obstacles. Our recipient possesses all of those qualities. Whenever I would see this preceptor's name on my weekly schedule, I would get excited because I knew it was going to be a good day. I knew I was going to learn a lot through the questions he would ask through just conversation. And he would teach covering all the knowledge gaps that may be there. I'm sure we've all had preceptors over the last 2 years where it just felt like they're just trying to make us feel not dumb, but like they're just like asking these random questions, or it's like, why, just get me through this day. But this preceptor, he was able to teach through conversation, ask challenging questions, and just, it made it a good day. He always gave me the feeling that he was trying to make me my best and did not judge me for the questions I got wrong. This combined with his sense of humor made clinical days fly by. It was easy to have a conversation and a few laughs with him. He truly takes an interest in us as people, asking about our interests and family. He can always talk to us like a normal person, which is not always the case with doctors. Outside of the OR, he remembers our names and always says hi to us in passing. Again, not always the case with doctors. It's been a privilege to work with this individual, and I'm excited to work with him in the future. Today, we honor a teacher, a mentor, and an anesthesia role model. Although he is not able to be here today, please join me in celebrating this year's Anesthesiologist Preceptor of the Year, Dr. Abelies.
Next, we'll invite Avani Kumar to present the Faculty of the Year Award.
Hello, I'm Avani. I have the honor of introducing our Faculty Member of the Year. My class chose her for this award, not only because she taught us anesthesia, but because she taught us how to become safe, confident, and resilient providers. I'd like to share today just a few pieces of wisdom that she graciously passed on to us, lessons that went far beyond textbooks and exams. So what she said was, hey, everyone's waiting on you. And what we learned was the value of time, efficiency, and showing up with intention. In the OR, every second matters, and she made sure we understood that our actions carry weight. What she said was cry in your car. What we learned was the importance of projecting confidence and stability, especially in moments when chaos hits and people look to you to stay grounded. She taught us that strength isn't about never feeling overwhelmed, it's about choosing composure when it counts. What she said was don't be lazy, but what we learned was that shortcuts never lead to excellence. She pushed us because she saw who we could become long before we could see it ourselves. Beyond the quotes and the tough love, the high expectations, what truly sets her apart is her unwavering belief in us. She didn't just teach us how to manage an airway or run an anesthetic. She taught us how to be prepared, how to be accountable, and how to care deeply about the people who will trust us with their lives. Today, we honor her not only for the knowledge she shared, but for the confidence she built, the discipline she instilled, and the example she set. So on behalf of the entire class, thank you for challenging us, supporting us, and shaping us into the clinicians we are becoming. It is my absolute privilege to introduce our Faculty Member of the Year, Tara.
Excellent. Thank you all for presenting and having those heartfelt moments and time with each of those individuals that you honored. Now we get to have some heartfelt moments. This next student I'm going to introduce is going to earn the Didactic Student of the Year. This student achieved the highest GPA in their cohort. This student came in fiery, came in with lots of knowledge, and very inquisitive. I could tell from the moment that I met this student that she was going to be a go-getter and she was going to do good things in her cohort. This student always accepted the challenge, and to that point, sometimes challenged the faculty, and that's okay. This is her, and that's fine. This student has been a real pleasure to get to know. It's been awesome to talk to her family at the couple of times that we've met them at our gatherings, and it's a true honor and privilege to welcome Mia Rizzo to the stage as the Didactic Student of the Year. The next award is the Clinical Student of the Year that I will be presenting. This student had an active role in the cohort from the beginning of the cohort starting. This student took the initiatives that we put before them as a cohort in general and said, I'll take those initiatives and I'll one-up you in a good way. This student never questioned when we asked them to go to a new place, to go out and be the boots on the ground and that pioneer and trailblazer at each new clinical site that we hadn't had an opportunity to rotate at potentially. The student went out and got some comments from preceptors that they're such a pleasure to work with, the skills are great, the knowledge is great, and no exaggeration, this is the best AA student that I've ever worked with. This student performed well under trauma, liver transplant cases, and would highly recommend them to work at any organization or institution. He was quick to respond to an event, working patiently and swiftly to care for the patient. This student was intending to go to a far, far place away from here, which I was surprised of, but was happy for. But as I mentioned, the student wasn't afraid of a challenge, and we happened to have an opportunity come up to have him be the first student go to a new place in Cincinnati, Ohio. The comments from the lead anesthesiologist going into what could be a tough environment of opposition forces, if you will. This student did it with dignity, with class, with professionalism, and truly shined the entire time that they were on site, to the point that that student no longer decided that they were going to go work in Texas, that they were staying home in the great Buckeye State. This student that I'm mentioning, we're so proud of, and we're so thankful for you to be part of our team and our family, and we look forward to everything that you are going to do in Cincinnati as the first AA student and the first certified anesthesiologist assistant at Bethesda North. Adam Parisi, it's such an honor to have had you in this cohort. Please come accept your award for Clinical Student of the Year. Next, I would like to introduce the leadership from Cohort 2, the president of the cohort elected by her peers, Morgan Bickle, and the vice president of the cohort elected by their peers, Adam Parisi. Please come up.
Hi, everyone. So 2 years ago, almost today-ish, Erin stood in front of us and told us that anesthesia school was going to be the hardest thing we've ever done in our entire life. And at the time, it seemed the academic stress was going to be the reason for it as we were struggling through the Miller textbook. But after much reflection and living through it, it's not really the academics. The material's not very hard, but what is hard is the amount of material and the little amount of time with the responsibilities you have outside a clinic. What's hard is waking up early every single day and getting to the hospital before anyone else shows up, and then leaving when everyone else is gone. And then coming home to an open, nobody lives there Airbnb besides maybe some cockroaches. And then having to study for hours. And then you go to sleep and you dream about anesthesia and you wake up and you do it again. What's hard is having 50 different personalities in a week to meet expectations of those in the OR and staff around the hospital. What's hard is waking up and going in and doing skills and cases you've never done while the other OR staff stares at you and ridicules you and judges you. What's hard is waking up and going to the hospital and being the last person a patient sees and talks to before they don't wake up from a surgery. What's hard is being hundreds of miles away from your family and friends and having to find solitude and being alone. What's hard is missing life events and having to go on. But at the end of the day, all of these challenges made us the anesthetists we are today, and pressure is a privilege, and it is a blessing to be tired in the pursuit of a challenge of our own choosing. So with that being said, I'm so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. You guys did so great. You deserve all great things in this life. And for our family and our friends sitting out here today, watching and maybe looking back later, we thank you for always making sure our cups were always half full.
Hello, everyone. I just kind of wanted to come up here and address everyone in the room, those that aren't here today, and just say a resounding thank you. Thank you to the staff, to the doctors we've had, to the attendings, to the coordinators, to everyone that we've interacted with for these past 2 years, to forming us to the AAs we are going to be in the future. And thank you to all the family who was there to support us along the way. Obviously, the 2 years went by quick, but it felt like forever. So thank you, everyone out there. I want to reflect back a little bit on the program, kind of where we started and where we are now. I want to say one of the things that kind of started the program off and knew what the threshold was going to be was first day standing in skills lab with Tara, telling us to get in front of the mannequin and intubate for the first time, giving no direction, just saying intubate the mannequin. And we all did. We probably broke some teeth and probably goosed a couple of the mannequins, but that's okay. She kind of showed us where we're going to go and where we're going to get to, and I would say we're all there now, okay? Looking back on it, that first year was stressful. All the tests, the endless quizzes, the Miller textbook again, everything we went through kind of culminated when we all, at the end of the year, after we finished our last final, grabbed some drinks at Grandview and went to Woodland's backyard. And I remember Avani, we were all sitting there just chatting about how we felt, how we succeeded this year, and how next year we're going to kick its butt. We're going to do so well. We're going to 100% pass it on the boards. And I'd like to say again, we did. So Cohort 3, 100% passing rate on the boards. All right? Just remember that. We set the bar here. Kind of going forward, really second year was a big challenge for everyone. Being away from family, having to forge new paths, having to learn different cases, different skills, but everyone did a phenomenal job. Every place I went to that I had other classmates go through, where I got resounding applause from everyone. Every clinical, every preceptor I had was like, ODU students, wow, I don't know what you guys do there in Columbus, but you're doing something right, so keep it up. So I want to say, keep that forward. We have a great network together. And just keep moving forward. I think a piece of advice I'd like to give Cohort 3, one, Seven Hills Anesthesia Cincinnati is hiring, so just reach out to me if you have any questions. Beside that, just remember, you obviously are gonna have the skills, you're gonna do hundreds of cases. Just remember it might be your patient's first case. First time ever having that surgery. So treat them like you'd want your family member treated in the OR, and that'll set you up for success moving forward, okay? I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and congratulations again to all my fellow classmates.
We would like to move forward with the presentation of the class of 2025. So if the first row could kind of get lined up here, and then we're going to get a picture in the middle. Then you're going to shake Dr. Ridlinger's hand at the end and get a picture at the end as well.
Margaret Beatty.
Hi, my name's Maggie. I've signed at Trident Medical Center in Charleston, South Carolina. And my proudest moment during the program was watching Cohort 3 kill it during trivia at Quad A. And then my advice to Cohort 3 is trust the process, show up every day to give your best, whatever that may be that day, and feedback is a gift.
Shola Bello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shola. I have signed at Miami Valley Hospital in Dayton, Ohio. My favorite memory during the AA program was reuniting with the classmates at Quad A in Charlotte last year, or earlier this year. It was a really great time. Some advice for the future cohort in Cohort 3 would be, my advice for Cohort 3 would be there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Trust the process. You're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days, but the important thing is to learn from it and keep working hard. Thank you.
Morgan Bickle.
Some big font. My favorite memory would be for almost 4 months, Chase and I would FaceTime every single day after clinic for about 3 to 4 hours, and we would study. So that was my favorite memory. My advice for current and future AA students would be when you're doing your pre-op interviews, you have about 30 seconds to make a really good impression, and you have about 2 minutes to make the patient and their family trust you. So choose your words wisely, be sympathetic and empathetic, and understand that it might be one of your best days in clinical, but it's probably one of their worst days in their life. So take it with a grain of salt, give them a pat on the back, hold their hand, say a prayer with them, and just have compassion. And then I'm going to work at Cox Health in Springfield, Missouri.
Kara Bradley.
Hi, my name's Kara. I'm going to be working at the Ohio State University here in Columbus. My favorite memory with everyone would be going to Quad A second year and getting to see everyone. And then my biggest piece of advice would be not to be afraid to try new things second year, do stuff you've never done before, and seek out as many new learning opportunities as possible.
Vincent Cancilla.
Hi, my name is Vince. I signed at Ohio Health in Mansfield. Favorite memory would probably be Quad A second year or anatomy lab shop vac duty. But that's probably it. Yeah, advice would just be like keep like they keep saying, just persevere, get the reps, and just keep trying new things and everything. Yeah.
Benjamin Caskey.
Hello, my name's Ben. I am signing at the University Medical Center of Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. I'd say my probably favorite memory is there's long nights at Peace Hall with, I think it is Vince and Shola, who are now some of my closest friends, and just thinking through all the suffering of studying for Miller quizzes and anatomy and beyond. And that kind of leads into my advice. Even in those moments where you're down and questioning what you're doing, just remember that what you do is important in the impact that you'll have on your patients. Awesome.
Paul Dawson.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm going to be going and working here in Columbus at The Ohio State University, along with Kara and Natalie. Just wanted to give a little advice to Cohort 3. Just take each day as it comes, and just on those difficult days, remember your why, because that light is going to continue getting better, bigger, as your year goes on, and you guys will be here, standing up here just as we are before you know it. So keep plugging along, and you guys will be here shortly. And just some of the biggest memories for me are any time that our cohort got together outside of clinicals, all the quad A's, even though they were challenging times, networking and everything else, we all had such a blast just hanging out with each other. And all those times, you know, we're gonna lean back on those, looking back on these 2 years, and be able to connect moving forward at any point in time. So I'm thankful for all those times that we've had and shared together. Thankful to you guys as well for everything else. So thank you guys.
Chase Filico.
Hey guys, I'm going to be working at Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis, Indiana. My favorite memory was probably Quad A and studying with Morgan. Second year can be pretty lonely, so anytime that you get to talk to your friends is really nice. The advice that I would give Cohort 3 was just take it one day at a time. Some days you're going to want to give up, some days are going to be really hard, but I promise it gets better, and it is so worth it at the end. So just keep going. Thank you.
Zachary Fraley.
Hi everyone, my name is Zachary Fraley. I will be working at Seven Hills, their location here in Columbus, so just a brother branch of Adam's company where he will be working. One of my favorite memories throughout my 2 years here at ODU, one specifically by a man back there, Mr. Art Arciaga. Art, happy retirement, my friend. You made a lasting impact on every single one of us, so I would just like to say thank you for that. One other thing, my favorite memory is Art showing us all Lafort fractures For those of you who don't know, a LaForte fracture is where you more or less get a broken face. You can break it in multiple areas. Most commonly, Art so artistically demonstrated that with a little bit of his taekwondo on me during class. So thank you, Art. One piece of advice that I will give to Cohort 3 is just take your time. When you're making a decision, remove yourself from a location, and sometimes that can make the decision easier. There were a couple times where I went to a location and maybe said, hey, I might like this area, took a step back, waited for my next rotation, and digested it. And that's about it. So good luck with you all next year, okay?
Mary Claire Franz.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Claire. I'll be working at Cleveland Clinic Fairview in Cleveland, Ohio. One of my favorite memories this past year is being able to rotate through San Antonio, Texas with one of my best friends in the program. I remember Aaron sitting me down, figuring out where we were gonna all end up next year, and he was like, okay, so Texas. And I was like, maybe. And then he was like, well, Maggie's gonna be there. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sold. We're going. And then as for my advice for Cohort 3, second year is pretty demanding, pretty challenging, as we all know and expect. I think it's really important to have a good support system, whether that's your friends or family or your peers. Everybody wants you to succeed here, and you guys are all gonna do great, and good luck.
Cole Gibson.
Hello. I will be staying here in Columbus working at the CAI. I have a ton of memories and great friends that I made. I did want to give a quick shout out to our parents of the cohort, Rachel, Terrell, and Paul. Really proud of you guys. The second year has been probably the hardest year of my life. I'm sure it's hard being away from your kids and your spouses, but thank you to the spouses and family members for holding it down and making this all possible. Cohort 3, I've gotten to know a lot of you. You guys are gonna do awesome. My advice would be this next year is gonna set you up for the rest of your life. Start studying early and just have faith that the process is gonna work. That's all we got.
Samuel Hytanen.
I'm Sam. I'll be working at Miami Valley Hospital. My favorite memory from these past couple of years, definitely Quad A, getting to see everyone again. After those first couple months of second year, it's kind of tough, being out on your own. My advice to Cohort 3 would be to do something every day for yourself, because it can be pretty tough second year, so you got to take care of yourself first.
Natalie Hitt.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie. My favorite memory is Elena managing to bring out a deck of cards no matter where we went to play euchre. Played so many games. Me and Elena for Team for Life. Some advice for Cohort 3 would be in the morning when everyone's coming into your room to learn everybody's name. Shows a big sign of respect when you can call someone by their first name. And I will be working at the Ohio State University. Go Bucks!
Jessica Holtkamp.
Hi, I will be working at Baylor Scott and White in Waco, Texas. My favorite memory would be making some of my best friends in this program. Shout out Jess and Avani. And my piece of advice would just be to stay positive and trust the process.
Avani Kumar.
Hi, I signed at Miami Valley Hospital in Dayton, Ohio. My favorite memory was the week before boards. I did a lot of cramming with my classmates, and I actually had so much fun with them. And my advice is that you're going to have a year of the longest days, but the fastest year that you'll ever have. You're just going to blink and be standing up here. So wake up each day and be grateful, and just know that you'll be standing up here before you know it.
Jessica Nara.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess. And I signed at Cleveland Clinic Hillcrest with Mia. One of my favorite memories was last year's chili cook-off with Justin and Avani. We won second place. Very proud moment. And also our conferences that we attended. And some advice for the Cohort 3 would probably be to stay positive, trust the process, and have a good attitude. And also have some hobbies. I really like baking cookies, and I think the class did too. All right, that's it.
Adam Parisi.
Hi again. I will be working at Seven Hills down in Cincinnati. I would say one of my favorite memories from this past year was watching Ohio State beat Michigan a couple weekends ago. Go Bucks. But from the program, I would say it was all those hours we spent in the conference room studying for tests, quizzes on the weekends, filling up the whiteboards. Literally, like the whole room has whiteboards. We would fill up every wall with information. Some advice for Cohort 3 is it might be hard to enjoy the process, but enjoy the process. It is a privilege to get to learn and especially take care of patients with patients trusting you. Not everyone gets to do this, so enjoy it. It's really hard, but it's going to pay off in the long run. So thank you all.
Krishna Patel.
Hi, I'm going to be working at Dallas Children's in Dallas, Texas. My favorite memory is when my husband surprised me with, he drove 7 hours just so he could spend half a day with me when I was in St. Louis. And advice for Cohort 3 is you're going to be living in a lot of different places, so just explore the area because you never know if you'll ever be back.
Elliot Perez.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elliot. I signed at Frederick Hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My advice for Cohort 3 is to give yourself grace. You're working in a new environment. It's hard. You're working with different personalities, so just try your best, and as long as you learn, you'll do good. And then my favorite memory is being kicked out of my Dayton Airbnb at 1 a.m. because there's a cockroach infestation. So have fun with that.
Rachel Flippo.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel. I just recently signed at Northeast Georgia Healthcare Systems in Gainesville, Georgia. Some of my favorite memories these past 2 years have been, just like Adam said, the connections you make with each other, the time we've spent in our study rooms, lunches with people, beach days with people, dinners with people, just those connections that we made with each other through all of these really challenging times. Leading into my advice for Cohort 3, year 2 is challenging for a lot of different reasons. One of the biggest things that I personally struggled with was the social aspect of things. You're learning new personalities every day. You're in an environment you're not very familiar with. You may or may not have a friend at your rotation. You might be hours away from your family or your friends. So don't be afraid to send the text message. Don't be afraid to reach out to your fellow classmates who are going through these exact same things with you. They're up at 4:30. They're case prepping some case that they have no idea about, the same way you are up early in case prepping, in worrying and stressing. So reach out to your classmates and make that connection because you're not alone.
Mia Rizzo.
Hi everyone, I'm Mia. I'm going to work at the Cleveland Clinic Hillcrest Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. My favorite memory is the friendships I've made. Very grateful for a lot of my friends. They know everyone in this program, but I feel like I've also made some lifelong friendships I'm very grateful for. So don't be afraid to lean on your friends in this next year. My advice for Cohort 3 is to embrace the tough preceptors. You'll learn the most from them. Jump into those new scary cases. You grow the most outside your comfort zone. And always remember to put the patients first. It's a privilege to care for others. And even when it kind of all, as a student, can all feel about you because you're worried about how you're performing and learning new things, remember we're all there to serve others and care for patients.
Terrell Stevens.
Hello, hello. My name is Terrell. I will be working in my hometown of Dayton, Ohio, Miami Valley. One of my favorite memories from the program was actually back towards the beginning of our first year. We were all pretty nervous, taking quizzes and exams for the first time. Pretty sure I was nervous as well, wanted some snack food. Happened to pick out the crispest apple out of my pantry before we took our first quiz. And didn't really notice it was as crisp to me as everyone else until I looked up about 5 minutes in and saw the horror on Maggie's face. So future advice to future cohorts would be, if you've made it this far, you've already demonstrated you have the potential to do this. Show up every day to do your best and just really go at it. Remember what we're doing for these patients. So that, and if you need some snack food, stick to soft textures. So.
Elena Vukovic.
Hi again, everyone. My name's Elena. I'm going to be working at Seven Hills in Columbus with Zach. My favorite memory from this last 2 years is like what everyone said, just a time that we got to spend together outside of clinic. I think probably the Ohio State game, the time we tailgated, was my favorite day. And then my advice for Cohort 3 is if you ever need an easy day in clinic, just text me and you can come with me.
Last but not least, Sarah Weinberg.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah. I will be working at St. Lucie Hospital in Port St. Lucie, Florida. My favorite memory the past 2 years was watching our class just grow clinically and didactically. You all are amazing, and it's been awesome to see that. My future advice for Cohort 3 would be keep working hard, make yourself uncomfortable every single day, whether that is practicing a new skill or doing a case that you haven't done yet. It's really important to stay late for those emergent cases after 5 p.m. and start listening to the ACRAC podcast for boards right now.
All right, we will next invite our medical director, Dr. Chris Mitchell, to give the message to the class of 2025.
All right. Well, I am very excited to be here with you guys today. It's a tremendous moment to celebrate. First off, I want to say that we did not prepare our speeches together, but we have a lot of the same things to say because I think we all kind of think of the same things that's important when we look back at our lives and our careers, especially our early careers. But they got to go first, and they didn't have laryngitis last week, so hopefully you'll be able to hear mine. But anyway, I would also like to extend my welcome to everyone here, faculty, staff, friends, family, and loved ones, and especially to you, the graduating class of 2025. You made it. Great job. I have always found that these moments can seem a bit like making it to the top of a mountain peak that has been your sole goal for so long that you have forgotten that there will be more peaks to climb until you reach the summit and you look out at the rest of the Himalayas before you. I think we often forget to enjoy the view from where we are as we become overwhelmed with what's ahead of us now that the view is newly unobstructed. I urge you, though, don't fall into the trap of thinking that the final mountain is the only one that matters, that the last view is where you will finally be content, that life will be good like once we get our student loans paid off or have a huge house, we finally get married, see the world, or whatever your Mount Everest is. Life is the journey. The real reward is in the hike. You must learn to enjoy the trek and relish every hilltop along the way. So please give yourself a break before your next climb. Stop and look around at what matters most, like your loved ones here today and all those who supported you on your journey. Take a deep breath and be grateful for how much fresher the air seems compared to what it did 2 short years ago when you walked into Peace Hall for the first time. And subsequently, when you have been confused by lectures, lost in hospitals occasionally, I'm sure, perhaps bored to tears by slow surgeons, I know I am, and above all else, sleep deprived. Early mornings, late nights, long days, this program and this profession often demand it all, and you guys have weathered it all. The trail has been sheer at times with steep learning curves and more than a little cramming, I'd guess. But you have grown through these struggles into real clinicians with the power to save and change lives. You should all be very proud of what you have accomplished, what good you will do, and what untold generations your kindness and your skills will impact. Now indulge me in a few more items of life advice from someone just hopefully a short ways ahead of you on the trail. Please remember to look back and help others struggling on the path behind you. Your positions will now give you opportunities to teach and mentor others like never before. Always be encouraging and kind to the next generation and help them to find their best selves as others have done for you. The smartest person to ever live, my wife, likes to say, one of the most important things you are meant to realize about life is that it was never about you. In my humble opinion, your life will lack fulfillment if you fail to grasp the importance of assisting others and human connections, both as a clinician to patients and as a mentor. I often speak at the white coat ceremonies about the honor and privilege that it is to be trusted to care for patients in their most vulnerable moments. Never forget that your degree gives you the right to call yourself an anesthesiologist assistant, but a healer's hands cannot be bestowed upon you by anyone. You must strive every day to have compassion and understanding for even the most frustrating patients and even on your worst days. Only compassion and genuine concern for others truly qualify you to join the countless generations of health workers who have labored tirelessly to ease suffering. It is an honor, privilege, and sometimes a heavy responsibility to take up their torch and continue the mission of those who have paved the way for you as the next generation. But I've seen their best traits in you, and I know that you will do us all proud. Being in healthcare is certainly a calling. It defines you, or who we are, in ways that even I have only just begun to understand. As students, you have had time for little else other than the pursuit of the goal to be here today. But do not forget that in order to pour love and compassion out to others, your own cup must be replenished often. Now that you finally have some free time, go out and make a life that is what you want it to be. Fill your life with things you find beauty in. Travel and see the world. Get so into a single hobby that you become the leading expert in it, or dabble in 1,000 hobbies. Hike, bike, run, ski, jump, paint, sculpt, dye your hands black with grease from an old muscle car. Give back and teach the next generation your skills and impart your passion. Live the life that books are written about. Invest in lasting and meaningful relationships. Put your whole heart into your spouse, or your kids, or your puppies, or your cats, or your friends. Only you can decide where you will go in life, but just don't stand still. Don't let this peak be your last amazing view. Continue to learn and grow. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, life is not a destination, it's a journey, one in which ODU and I have been honored to be but a small part of. Don't be strangers, and get out there and knock them out with propofol and relentless passion. Congratulations.
Next, Inga Davis, one of our awesome faculty members, will administer the AA professional oath.
At this time, I'd like to invite the graduating class to please stand. Today, you enter the profession of anesthesiologist assistant. Congrats. As you begin your careers, you affirm values, responsibilities, and commitment to patient care that define our practice. So please repeat after me as we recite the anesthesiologist assistant's professional oath. I hereby solemnly swear in the presence of all assembled to carry out to the best of my abilities the following oath. I will strive to reduce the suffering of all my patients at all times. And okay, we can say it all together maybe. And never will I use my skills to knowingly cause injury or for any wrongdoing. I will treat each patient with equal energy and respect their diversity while safeguarding their privacy and honoring their right of autonomy. I will work to be an exemplary ambassador of the anesthesiologist assistant profession, and I will always work to strengthen its place in the healthcare team. Thank you. You may be seated. We're proud of you.
Thank each and every one of you, family members, friends, guests, preceptors. Thank you so much for being here today to celebrate this wonderful cohort and our wonderful institution. Cohort 2, thank you for the journey. Thank you for the memories. You've been welcome to the ODU family from day one, but welcome again to the future of giving back to ODU as clinical preceptors. Thank you so much. Have a safe drive home. Thank you for being here. Please join us across the hall for a dessert reception. Safe travels. God bless you. Thank you so much.